In life, we all want to achieve something meaningful. We dream of building a better future for ourselves and making a mark on the world. Many of us turn to motivational content, hoping to find that spark that will ignite our journey to success. But often, that initial burst of energy fades away, leaving us right where we started. Why does this happen? It's because you can't build a lasting legacy on motivation alone. Without the solid foundation of discipline, motivation is like a fleeting spark in the wind. If this feels familiar to you, then I urge you to listen to today's story until the very end. I promise, what you're about to hear has the power to change your perspective forever. In a quiet coastal village, there lived a young man named Leo. He was full of dreams and ambitions. He wanted to become a master craftsman, renowned for his skill and dedication. Every morning, he would watch videos of master artisans, read books about their lives, and listen to talks by successful entrepreneurs. He felt a surge of inspiration course through him. He would often declare to himself with conviction, "Starting tomorrow, I will practice my craft for 8 hours straight. I will finally create my masterpiece." The mere thought filled him with a powerful sense of purpose and excitement. But this feeling was always short-lived. After a day or two of intense effort, he would find himself back in his old patterns, scrolling through his phone and putting off his work for another day. This cycle of starting and stopping left Leo feeling defeated and full of self-doubt. One afternoon, while walking along the shore, he saw an old fisherman named Samuel, mending his nets with meticulous care. Samuel was a legend in the village. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest fisherman, but he always returned with a respectable catch, day after day, year after year. He was consistent, and his life was a testament to his steady effort. Leo approached him, his heart heavy with his own failures. "Samuel, how do you do it?" Leo asked, his voice tinged with desperation. "How do you find the motivation to go out to sea every single day, no matter the weather, no matter how you feel?" Samuel looked up from his work, his eyes crinkling at the corners as he smiled kindly. "I don't rely on motivation, young Leo," he said, his voice as calm as the gentle tide. "Motivation is like the wind. Some days it blows strong and pushes your sails, but other days there's no wind at all. On those days, you must learn to row. That is discipline." Leo was perplexed. But isn't motivation what drives us? Isn't it the fire that we need to succeed? Samuel put down his net and gestured for Leo to sit with him. "Motivation is the spark that starts the fire," he explained patiently. "But discipline is the wood you add every day to keep it burning. Let me tell you about the sea. The sea doesn't care if I'm feeling inspired. The fish don't wait for me to feel motivated. They follow their own rhythms, their own cycles. To be a successful fisherman, I must align myself with the rhythm of the sea, not with the whims of my own feelings. I go out when it's time to go out. I cast my nets where experience tells me the fish will be. I mend my nets when they are torn. It's not about passion every single moment. It's about purpose," he continued. "You see, Leo, you are waiting for the perfect wind to set sail. You want a storm of motivation to carry you to your destination. But a true sailor knows that waiting for the perfect wind means you might never leave the harbor. The real journey begins when you decide to pick up the oars and row, even when the sea is calm and the air is still. That rowing day in and day out is discipline. It's doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it." Samuel's words struck a deep chord within Leo. He had been chasing a feeling, an emotion, when he should have been building a habit, a system. He realized his approach was all wrong. The old fisherman then pointed towards a small, resilient bamboo sapling growing near the cliffs. "Look at that bamboo tree," Samuel said. "For the first few years, you see almost no growth above the ground. It spends its energy building a strong, deep root system. It's doing the hard, unseen work. It's not glamorous, and it doesn't provide instant gratification. But once those roots are established, the bamboo can grow incredibly fast, soaring towards the sky in a matter of weeks. It becomes strong, flexible, and able to withstand the harshest storms. Your discipline is your root system, Leo, Samuel concluded, looking him in the eye. Every day that you show up, every small action you take, even when you don't feel like it, you are strengthening your roots. Motivation might give you the dream of a tall tree, but only discipline can build the foundation that will allow it to grow, can endure. From that day on, something inside Leo shifted. He stopped waiting for inspiration to strike. He created a simple, manageable routine. He didn't aim for 8 hours of practice from the start. Instead, he committed to just 1 hour of focused work every single morning. Just 1 hour. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't glamorous. Some days, he had to drag himself to his workshop. But he did it, every single day. Slowly but surely, at 1 hour became 2, and then 3. It wasn't a struggle anymore. It was part of who he was. He was no longer a person who was trying to be a craftsman. He was a craftsman. He found joy not in the distant dream of a masterpiece, but in the daily process of sanding a piece of wood, of sharpening a tool, of learning a new technique. His hands grew calloused, but his spirit grew stronger. Months turned into years. Leo's workshop became a place of quiet, consistent creation. His work began to show a level of skill and detail that he had only dreamed of before. People in the village started to notice. They admired his creations, not just for their beauty, but for the story of dedication they told. He was no longer the boy who talked about his dreams. He was the man who was living them, one disciplined day at a time. One day, a young, aspiring artist came to him, much like he had gone to Samuel years ago. "Leo, your work is incredible," the artist said in awe. "You must be so motivated all the time. How do you maintain that passion?" Leo smiled, a knowing, gentle smile that mirrored the one he had received from the old fisherman. He picked up a small, intricately carved bird from his workbench and handed it to the young artist. At that moment, Leo understood. He grasped the lesson of his life, and he couldn't help but recall the same question he had asked himself before, but now he knew the answer. Looking into the little boy's eyes, he replied, "I don't rely on motivation," he replied. "I trust in discipline." Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content on living a more present and fulfilling life. Share these lovely stories with anyone you think might find them useful, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be alerted every time we upload a new video to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye.